Hello there, this is Real, and today I'm going to be doing a tutorial in this game, From the Depths. It's a pretty beautiful game, and it's pretty fun, but it has a learning curve. So when you first spawn in, well, here's the multiplayer, and you can host and join, but we're not going to do that. So, you can do story or whatever, but I guess we're gonna do campaign first. We're not actually gonna do it. I'm gonna show you how it works. So you first spawn in on this fortress, okay? And so the goal of the game is to build your craft, or you could do it without building, I guess, but it would be problematic. It'd be a pain. And you're going to do so using the resources on the bottom of the screen. And from starting on the left, there's natural resources, which is basically wood, also stone, metal, armor, oil, scrap, and crystal. Now, when you first spawn in, you probably want to just scrap that ship. It's pretty low quality. Well, it could be good. I haven't used it. But I'm going to scrap it because it's, for me, I can repurpose those materials to better cause. So now, to building. So I covered that. We're returning to the main menu, single player, vehicle designer. This is where you can do your building here, you can do your building in the actual campaign, but it's really up to you. Okay, so we're just going to jump off that. We're going to enter build mode by pressing B. Okay. Now it's a little bit awkward at first. I recommend using keyboard based because mouse based is, for me, it's very awkward. So I use keyboard, which is also awkward at first, so it really depends on you. Okay, so we're in build mode. What's the first thing to notice? Your resources are infinite down there. Okay, so you can move around using WASD, space, and Alt. You can go faster in every direction except for Alt and space by double tapping, in case you don't want to slug around. That doesn't, I'm pretty sure it doesn't work with space and Alt. Okay, and the direction is relative to the camera. So if I face this way and press W, it's going that way, or this way, or up and press W, it's going forward relative to the camera. If I look this way and press space, it's going forward relative to the block. Okay. Now you can change the orientation of your block. This is probably easier to show using this. Okay. You can change it pressing G. Or you can change it with tab. You will need to use tab sometimes, but not all the time. Okay. Now that menu I just pulled up, you pull it up pressing E. And then you can choose whatever you want. The green tiles are open up and pull up a bigger menu. The not green tiles are just single tiles. You can't put stone beams. Okay, some important things to note about building. If you're gonna place, you usually want to build with beams because they're stronger. If you notice, the health for a beam is 600, while the health for a block is 100. So instead of it being 4 blocks, because it's 4 blocks long, instead of it being 400 health, it's 600 health. So more health for the same amount of space. Okay, and that applies to metal blocks too. 200 to 1200, 750, 125, etc. Okay, so here are the different blocks. Wood is buoyant and light. It's good for making your boat float, I guess, making rafts, etc. Stone, I hardly ever use it. It's not as strong as metal, but it's stronger than wood, I guess. And it uses natural resources, which is cool. Metal is the strongest in the game. 200 health compared to 100, 150. And it has armor, so it's hard to destroy usually. But it costs metal, so metal can be expensive, you'll find. Light alloy is lighter than metal. It's more expensive than metal, but it's lighter, and it's less strong though, so I usually recommend not using that. Rubber deflects stuff if something crashes into you. Surge protectors, I have no idea why they're on this thing, but EMPs, I don't know why they're in this tab. Light block, these can go through other blocks, like if you're making something rotate around something. Lead is just really heavy. Glass is to see. You can mess around with these tabs. Blocks is going to be your basic building, most of your building materials. Engines are going to be important. Control, vehicle controller to control your vehicle. Water to make propellers and rudders. Jet engines. You can look around. I don't recommend any of these, anything in the simple weapons tab. They're almost all of them are useless. I've never used a drill. I'm not really sure what it's for. I would guess for, well, I don't know. Okay. Okay. So back to building. We don't want to place a drill, we want to place a wooden beam, because wooden beams are stronger. Now, when you're building, you don't want to just put stuff, go back and forth, and put stuff so it's symmetrical, because it's going to be a pain. So, you can hit M to set up a mirror. Sometimes you'll be able to see it. There you go. So now, when I place it here, it'll go on both sides. Okay. Oh, I didn't cover placing blocks. Okay. Left click goes forward relative to the screen. Right click goes backwards towards the screen. Okay. As in the block moves backwards. Okay. What else to notice about that? Same thing for deleting. Left click is forward, right click is backwards. Okay. Okay. So we covered alignment. We covered this. Now, if you're building and the water's getting annoying, sort of like it is now, you can hit caps lock and it'll fly, but this does not work in campaign. This only works in creative. If you wanted to do this in campaign, you'd have to use a docking station, I believe is what it's called. Now, fill, you can fill stuff using F, but it doesn't mirror, as you just saw. And you can't fill like this. Be very careful, because if you actually have a box around this, it will try to fill like this. It'll try to fill all the way around and be really stupid. You want to face and look at it like it's a window, and then fill. Okay. Now, if you're placing metal, for example, and you want to switch back to wood, you just go onto the wood, you highlight the wood, and you press R. And now I'm placing wood again. Ta-da. Pretty simple. Now, if you're placing wood and you want to replace the metal, but you don't want to just delete it and then replace it, you can just hold shift, okay, and then click, and then it's done. Okay, what's next? Middle mouse is perma build, so you don't have to click to build. It'll just place as you move. Not even touching my mouse right now. Okay. Now the next thing works best if we have like a structure. Okay. So now we have the structure and we want to change some blocks inside of it. But we don't want to just completely destroy the structure. So you can press P to look inside of it. Now something to notice. If I place the beams like this, and then I place them facing the other direction, they go to different sides. They contract into 2-block beams on different sides. They take up the same space, but they go to different sides. That's not very important, but it's important to notice if you're trying to place something somewhere. And that happens. Don't worry, just means you put the beam facing the other direction. Okay, you can just press P to toggle that off. Anything else? I believe that's everything. Yes. Okay. Well, thank you for watching. This has been real. Goodbye.